Well, thanks so much. I wanna first compliment you because we get a lot of independent films, and the way you just put these characters in a bottle and took us on a almost 2 hour, but an hour and a half thrill ride. It's just really unique to get to see it be done so successfully. I have to say, I love all the special effects and stuff in the sky. It reminds me of stuff I saw as a kid in the 70s, and it's just it's really great work.
Thank you, appreciate it. It's because of the cast and crew, everybody together. It really was. Film is
For those
such
who
a
don't know,
collaborative
writer,
artist.
director,
Yeah.
producers,
But let me make a couple introductions. This is Monica Cooper, well-known cast director, producer. Without her, Glenn, and our executive producer here, who really made everything happen. This is the reason why we're here today. You know, these are the forces that came together to really bring this all together. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you wanted to say the process that got you to screen, like when you, a little bit on your background and how you got started.
Yeah, I've been working in the business forever. But you know, I came up on the production side, and you know, as a writer, you're always trying to find that place to get something made. And it's like, okay, you know what, we'll bring something together, limited amount of actors, one location, and that's really how it all came about. That was the process of it. And then, you know, I got a chance to call upon people who I've known, you know, in the business, like Monica, and reached out to Glenn. And really, that's really how it all came together. Yeah, just trying to get something done. It turned out to be much bigger than I thought and everything else, but you know, ignorance is bliss at that point.
And I mean, you pretty much managed to give us the end of the world with just some colored lights. Basically, you were just putting gels over lights. And
Yeah. We had a board there. We had a mixed board where we were going through the colors, and we're trying to use the color thing as emotional motif. Like as the characters went through stuff, the kind of colors kind of changed with it to some extent. We try to keep that. It was a monster trying to keep that going, but I think it worked out. It worked out. And sometimes it's lighter and darker. Believe me, I'm like, I don't even want to go to the technical side because some things shows lighter and darker, but you know, it's all in the settings and stuff. But I'm glad you guys, glad you guys enjoyed it.
And as producers, is there anything you want to add?
You know, it's all a process. I don't know how many of you are actual filmmakers, but so you know that it's every day is different, and every day is a challenge. And we are fortunate enough to actually have primarily one location, which helped us. But we have actors that were very much working with us, and that's a plus. To have actors who want to see, first time director, Michael's a writer, so he's not going to say that, but he's a writer first, and this is his first time as far as directing, and so you want to be able to have filmmakers and actors that are going to support that vision, because first and foremost, it is about getting his vision out there. And so we had actors that wanted to champion behind making that happen. I've been in the business for quite a while, and I love to be able to help nurture that process of getting that next level of filmmakers to where they want to go. And so as a producer, it was, what do you want? I'm going to tell you exactly what I think you can do, and then I'm going to tell you what you cannot do. And then, when they say, but this is what I want to have happen, okay, I'm going to tell you again what you can do and what I think you cannot do. But, we were able to get everything that he wanted to get and have happen.
And you ended up pushing the limits a little.
And we did push the limits. We did, and we also had a location that the person who actually owned the location was just above the moon, just excited about being part of it. I mean, if we could put her in the movie, she didn't fit, but we could put her in a movie, we would have. I mean, yes, she did. She was an extra.
Yeah, she was in the background. When witnesses came up.
But she was excited about really seeing this process happen, and so it was a wonderful process of making this happen. And then Glenn, of course, he was the leader for all of our other young actors, for the most part, to be able to push them them to give their best. Yeah, I mean, we've got actors who are child actors, you know, that are now coming into their own right now. And so to be able to have him deal with them to a certain degree, you know, it was great. It was great.
Say that like I had,
Yes, but you
like
did.
it was a chore or something.
Okay, when you have an
It wasn't a chore.
okay, now my actors here. When you have an actor who's supposed to be on set, okay, and they're coming up with all kinds of reasons why they're not 3 hours later, you know, we have to do what we got to do. And Glenn was that figure of going, I am not in this business, you know, by accident. I'm working my ass off, and you have to do the same thing, which was great.
Right. So they had a role model.
They
right
did.
there.
They did, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. It's the fact.
You know, it's funny because really, he did push everyone. Everyone wanted to raise up. The actors want to raise their level because of him and the history that they have. I mean, colors, Men's Society, everything else. I know he don't want South Central. So that was really key. It really was.
But in a lot of ways, you shot a play.
Yeah.
I mean, you had them act out this very dramatic play, and I think it's always, everyone has always seen, like, one great actor lifts, you know, that tide lifts all boats.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I need y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna open it up to you guys.
This is true.
I should be recording this.
We want to say something about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's start in with some questions. Go ahead.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to applaud you for doing it, because just getting it done, period,
Yes.
is a big deal.
That's what
And
I'm
Yes,
talking
yes,
second
about.
of all,
yes.
Right there.
second of all, for a first-time director, you killed it.
Yeah, he
Because you knew what color you wanted your movie.
did. Yeah, he did.
The movie looked beautiful,
Yeah, he did.
and it was good. I mean, it really was. It was a good film. It can stand up to that bullshit that we see in the movie all the time. You know, that's a good film, and the actors were superb. And I love the way you twisted it up. I just want to tell you that.
I
The way you
appreciate it.
twisted it up with the you know, with the kid, with the child, you know, the little boy, and then how you gave him the lotto ticket, how he won, you know, then in the end, you know, it turned out to be somewhat of a dream, you know. It was beautiful, man. I just want to tell you that, and everybody did great. All right, you got the floor again.
No, we got another. Unless you guys, anybody want to add? We have questions back there.
I couldn't tell exactly like what time we started, but once the countdown started, were we all in real time? Was it really 90 minutes?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. From the countdown time, we're playing it out as that time length goes on.
Right.
You know,
like, I'm just
yeah.
a fan of like I'm sure you've seen like the Johnny Depp Nick of Time.
Yeah.
Right.
They do the same thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen something like
Yeah,
that.
13 minutes.
Yeah.
It was clever, man.
Oh, thank you. You know, the clock helped us because we are in one location, and everybody's like, okay, we in the one location. So at least when you see the clock, you know, it's gonna end soon. You know, so it's going somewhere. You know, so that kind of helps keep things. Keeps the audience. Yeah.
Sometimes I can't believe how much it's ticked away because it's the pacing is
Right.
so good. I didn't realize, like, you know,
Right.
30 minutes had gone by since we'd seen the clock.
Yeah.
It's really well paced.
Appreciate it.
Well, myself, it's so good to see in 2017 that Glenn is still relevant, you know, and that is really amazing to me. But then I would like to know, by you being a first-time director, and he definitely being a legend, you know, in the film, and did y'all finish on schedule?
You know what we did?
We did.
It worked out?
Yeah.
Between these,
Oh, yeah.
between these two
New
people,
actors and, you know,
Right here.
new director,
15
legend, and if y'all finished on
We shot
time.
it in 15 days.
Yep.
That is amazing in itself
It was
too.
beautiful.
15 days.
Plus, the house that we were in was actually on the market, so we had to get out.
Yeah.
Right.
It was, we had a deadline.
Yeah.
But I'm
And
saying
then,
that is so amazing, you know,
Yeah.
get on time,
Yeah.
new director, you know,
yeah.
and working with some new young actors too, you know.
You know,
man.
okay, let's talk about these young actors right fast. Now, Marcus Paulk was on.
Well, they're young, not new. They're not new actors. They're young actors. That's all.
And,
That's all.
And Parker McKenna Posey was on My Wife and Kids when she was this big. Those aren't new. Those are some experienced young people. I mean, honestly, I drew a lot from them. I mean, honestly, I did. I drew a lot from them when I was on that set, on that, you know, when we were making that movie, and you know, coming to the realization that I had to live up to this man's writing. Those kids helped me a lot. You know, they really did. And,
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
We appreciate
Yeah.
it. We really do.
But they did give it their all when they got to set.
They were
Let's
on
put it
that
that way.
set.
Maybe it was
Time is money.
No, we were
So-
working. We were working.
Yeah.
When they got to set, they gave it their all.
You
They
know?
really were very much supportive.
And I mean, me
Making it
and
happen.
this dude shot a trailer before we started one.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Right.
shot a trailer before we started.
Yeah, a little teaser just to get the feel for it. And once we shot the teaser,
First
and we
set
came
of
out,
principal
yeah,
photography. We shot that
Finished
trailer.
Yeah.
product.
yeah, with the lights and everything, that
Yeah, we did.
really helped us.
Yeah.
But staying on schedule were really these two people here because Joan was so great on like, okay, just like that steward that you need in the background, you know what I'm saying, doing, and then Monica bringing everything else together. So them working together really helped us keep it on. And we had tons of experience. I mean, everybody we knew had worked in the business forever.
Right.
So they knew the drill. Actually, it was like, can we keep up to them? Can we kind of live up to the pace that the crew could go? And so everybody pushed each other, the actors, you know, and it's definitely a collaboration. No matter what nobody says, it is everybody involved. And that's really what made it right.
The editor.
You know, the editor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy back there, he built all kind of stuff
That's
right there.
right, that's right.
Played the
Daryl.
BLTV guy with the rag on for a minute. You know, Joan was the
Question
the
mark.
question
Yeah,
mark.
the terrorist.
She's one of the terrorists.
If you weren't, you know,
So
crew,
it was,
you was acting. If you
Yeah.
weren't acting, you was crew. That's how that went. That's it.
That was fun.
We had a good time making that movie.
That was nice.
We got another one
It
right
reminded me of a Twilight Zone episode. Mm-hmm. You know, that episode where they all turned on one another. It totally, and so I knew something dramatic was going to happen. I knew it, but I didn't know exactly what, but I knew everybody was going to start turning on each other. And it was like self-fulfilling prophecy. It didn't have to happen.
Right.
But after the guy that broke in, he was saying stuff, and or with another person that said stuff, it kind of got into your mind that okay, it's the CB guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he started saying all that, it was like okay, this is
The
he's
fever.
about to do
Yeah.
something.
Fingers about
Yeah.
the head.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was kind of anticipating, but wasn't sure what it was gonna be. You know, so it's like okay.
That's so funny because I was such a fan growing up on the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And later on, I had seen the episode, and I was like, "That's where I got the original idea from." Because there's an episode exactly
Ernest
like Tom.
Bornstein was
Yes,
in it.
yes, it's a great
Yes.
episode.
Yes,
And
it was.
and
They
the
all
tension
turned
and
on
everything
each
else
other.
that was with it. So it's remarkable what unconsciously how we kind of like gather things and stuff, you know, and
A
try to
little
work.
purge in it too, though.
Yeah,
The
Purge.
was in there.
The Mist was a big inspiration
Yeah.
for
I
me.
like that one too.
You know, the Mist, and so I try to take all those elements and like, okay, we put them all in here, and it's the family dynamic, and you know, we get a little bit outside. You know,
That's the most important thing.
you know, we can keep people in tune till we get to the end. So
Yeah.
Well, it was,
And then speaking to the end,
it
we
was
tried to
definitely
figure
so-
out what to do with that.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the little boy?
Sorry?
He was great. The little
Christian?
little boy.
yeah,
He was great. Where'd
But
you
it
get him?
was sort of
Yeah,
quizzing
open
because
cast.
you know you
Yeah.
try to figure it
Cast.
out,
Yeah.
but you'd have never figured out that the whole family was gonna be shot up.
yeah.
No,
You
you're right.
know
That
you
was a-
think something, but you
Right.
couldn't have never figured that out.
that was a nice twist.
kill everybody in the whole house.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's almost like everybody like really okay. You know,
I'm gonna
Right.
put my hand up and say this because in the original script, I killed my son and the girl in the room.
Right. So we were trying to figure
Oh,
out
you
what we
went
were
on
done
I
with the
went
ending.
back there and shot both of them because I knew it was the end of times and I didn't want them to suffer, so I killed both of them in the original script.
Yeah.
But it was too much death.
it just seemed like it was too much. We gotta back it up, son. We got too much death.
I'd rather for you to go and spend that billion, man. What you go out there for?
Make that
That
money.
was an
Don't
interesting
go,
suicide.
come back.
That was an interesting suicide. It was suicide, but he didn't want to physically kill himself.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't want to live anymore. You know, that's what I saw.
Suicide by cop.
And I told him, I said, Glenn, that was an interesting suicide there.
Yeah.
The way they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody gone.
Were you guys over or under budget? Or what happened with the budget?
She said over or under budget.
Well, there's such a long story to that.
It's an independent film, first of all. It's an
No
independent movie.
It's always over budget.
We shot it in 15 days, and I mean,
We were a budget. We were at budget.
Okay. I don't even know a dollar figure. I just want to know.
Oh man.
But you know, keep in mind though, as you know, as filmmakers, you know, after the fact, there's always something you just don't know.
Okay.
You know, there are variables that, you know, you want to be able to bring things to the project, and you can't actually budget that. You know, so we're at this point where, you know, our EP is anxiously waiting to you know, let's get this thing out there.
Over budget or under budget. I like that.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My grandson has a question. You want to ask?
Oh, sure.
Go ahead.
So I just wanted to ask, how did you think of a movie that could actually show experiencing?
Say it again.
What made you
Experiences.
think of this movie? I think.
Oh, that's a very good question. Very good question. Well, actually, from a child, you know, from a child, I grew up very, very religious, and the initial kernel idea was like, because you know, okay, what happens when the end of the world comes? What really happens? And you look at all the big budget movies like World Z War and all these movies here. What happens when you can't get flown away to the United Nations and you can get taken care of? What happens when it's just you and your family? You know, what do you resort to? And what you resort to is what you have, you know what I'm saying, and there, and them gathering, and then having to muster up your kids for what's there. So that's really what was the inspiration from it. Great question, young man.
And also, you know,
Oh, yeah.
just to say that when you make movies like that, you know, you make big movies like movies like the one we just made, you always try and keep it on a personal level, you know. So you shoot it from a what am I saying? You shoot it from a
Experience, personal.
of the person and feelings of the person. You don't necessarily, you know, because in all actuality the world was ending. Then we could have shot, you know, traumatic sequences all over the world. You know, army, buildings exploding, cars blowing up. We could have shot a lot of that stuff. But for audiences, I think they really enjoy it, like you say, when you make it kind of like from an experience of people. You know, on a personal level.
But to expound on that, as the filmmaker, being growing up a Jehovah's Witness, that is really how it came to be.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
And then,
so,
you know,
you know.
Yeah, you can't do the big explosion. So it's like, we're going to give you some colors, and there's going to be drama in this house. And so that's what we try to do, is really just bring all that alive. And like Monica said, you know, I was raised as a witness. And so I'm not going to clean the doors. It's like, what happens when it changes, you know? So it was cool, even though I'm not affiliated with the organization anymore, but it was cool taking that as like a seed to put us into this, like you said, this bottleneck situation. And especially like with what's going on right now in the world, with hackers, with North Korea and everything else, the film is just really current, you know, with the state that we are in right
plus,
now.
in the United States, he also knew that just about everybody in the world has had the Jehovah's Witness show up at their house on Saturday morning.
If somebody knocking on your door early in the morning, you know. But
Saturday morning at 8
I wanted to twist it up and put the Mormons at the end, because it's like what if we kind of exist on parallel times?
Yeah.
So it's not really like so much a repeat of what if this could happen. And so that's what that whole, and that was a great look by Glenn. When he looked back, you know, kind of broke the fourth wall and looked back, and then he let him in. And he just kind of gives you that there's a chance for hope. You know, that things could change.
Right.
You know, it may not change, but there is a chance for change.
And that's what that bottom line is that take that moment, because you just don't know what that moment, that look, that instance is going to do, how it's going to change and affect everything. And I think that, you know, it just speaks to, you know, where we were trying to go with that. Take a moment.
Yeah. The ending though, we gotta give credit to Miss Carlson over here, because the ending really was just played out straight up, just what it was. And then that's where we was like, this is dark. this is really dark. And so that's when we came up with the whole little second thing.
How did you come up with the color of your movie? Because a lot of people, I watch movies, sometimes they don't know what color they want their film to be.
Yeah.
You know, but your film has a color on it. You know what motivated that?
Yeah, you know, also again, I wanted to keep people engaged, and just with what we can do right now with the digital, with cameras. We shot this on the Red, and and I wanted, it's like two films. Like the first film was kind of played, you know, in regular, like how we see things. The second half of the film really plays more into the surreal dream stuff that we went into. We use different lenses. Kauai. I can't name, but Kawa. But the lens gave us like these flares on it, and really kind of like opened it up and gave us more depth, so that when we start to try to really do the thing.
There's some great shots of this guy. You know, and I was looking at just the way you framed it, even that opening shot with him upside down. That was hot.
Appreciate.
That was a hot shot.
That was supposed to be like our time machine.
And I was like, this dude, you got a nice eye, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And DP is not here. Rashad Lewis, who shot like a zillion stuff and everything else. You know, me and him have worked together in the past. So we really appreciate how everything was able to come together.
Anybody changing anything before it goes to the mass audience, or are you going to release it as it is now?
It's ready to go, young lady. It's ready to go.
At some point, you gotta kill it.
Yeah.
You just gotta like.
Yeah.
Gotta let
things, and people have changed things by the time it got to the mass audience, and it's like, oh, I don't know.
That happens sometimes too. Once you get a distributor,
and
sometimes they want to make a change.
Right,
Sometimes
and we've
might
done
feel
some
like
changes.
you know something, and so they might cut it up a little different. Because you know they'd make that one of the conditions of distributing.
Yeah.
And we've done some things based on other test screenings and things that we've done. So we've listened to some of that, you know.
Yeah.
So basically, I think what you just saw was the director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you get a chance, if you know, I'm just gonna speak it into existence when it goes to the theaters.
Yes.
That's right.
You know, you might see something. It might be a little different. I don't think it's gonna be. It can't be too much different.
Yeah.
You know.
Anybody else?
So if you guys have no more questions, Joan.
I have one question. I have a question.
Yeah.
With the end of the world apocalypse sort of inspiration from being a witness, when did you decide to do the heart attack? When did you decide to make it actually like the end of the world during his heart attack? Like it's the end of the world is actually his heart attack is ending his world.
Yeah.
And this is his brain's fantasy. So when did that inspiration hit you to do an end of the world story during the heart attack, or was that from the beginning?
Yeah. It really was from the beginning.
Yeah, that was in the first script.
Yeah, that was
always that.
Yeah. And that's really what's happening really at the end is he's really having another season up. And it's just a mistake that, you know, they think he's raising his gun up. He's really, you know, from the thing of it.
So you can take it many ways.
And so that was the one thing I learned as a writer. I got a chance to stay under this guy named Rodney Harrington, who did like Roadhouse back in the day and Jack's Back and all these great movies. And it's always in the plotting, you know. That's the kind of stuff. And if you give like good actors things to latch onto, they'll do the work, you know. And that's exactly what what Glenn did.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for coming out.
Yeah,
and supporting a great independent film. It's nice to see an audience show up for an indie.
We got blessed coming here to see that.
Thank you.
That was good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
So thanks again, and
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're there. IEnsandTheFever.com.
Share.
Good.
Thank you.
Do a good job.
Share, and share.
And
share some more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.